it could be 30 days or 45 days or 60 or 90 days before you see the fruits of your hard work when you start a file or you're helping a family get into a home. It could be, I mean,
It could be
the
over a
sales
year
life
sometimes,
cycles
yeah.
can be very long sometimes. And so that's what I think working in restaurants, it provides this framework for you to be a great salesperson. But a great salesperson is always a person, and this is one thing I've loved about you over the years, is the best salespeople out there are the ones that work hard. They're not the ones that are just great sales guys, right? For 10 or 15 minutes or 2 hours or 3 hours a day.
We've seen guys like that.
Yeah,
Guys that get in on the refi booms.
and then they're gone. Sales is hard work. It's not, nothing is given to you. You start the first of every month from ground zero again. It's like you climb a mountain and then you start, then all of a sudden, whoosh, you're down at the bottom.
Zip line down.
And, and then all of a sudden you got to start climbing it again. And I think it teaches you how to be a good salesman, how to be a people person, how to read people. And I think that's very, very important to see, and not to read them in a bad way, but to know what their wants and needs are.
And you did that for how many years? For like 6 years?
God, from the time
longer?
I was 18 to 28.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
for 10
years.
years. Yeah.
Okay. And that's a good life during that time,
So
right?
I have an acronym for you, okay? And it's this. You heard about this?
T.H.I.S. Okay.
T.H.I.S. So the T stands for, ready?
Yeah.
Trust.
Okay.
Okay. Trust, and then hear,
Okay.
and then infer, and then you sell. So trust, build trust in somebody, hear what they have to say, infer what they need, and then sell them, right?
Did you come up with that? Like, did you recognize that?
I saw it somewhere years ago. But the problem
you heard it on the radio on the way over?
What happens if you put sale at the beginning and trust at the end?
Yeah.
What does that spell?
Shit.
It does.
Does it?
It does.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that's this philosophy is you got to build people's trust, hear what they have to say, infer what they need, and then sell them what they, be the salesman and what they need. If you put the sales first and the trust at the end, you're gonna end up with shit, right? Not this.
So that time in that world, and for me, it resonates because I waited tables as well. During college summers, during college, and you're right. One of the things I wrote down a second ago when you mentioned, that you have 30 to 60 seconds to, understand what that table is wanting from you. It's about mirroring, right? You're going to mirror your client, and a lot of what we do in mortgage is just that. Whether it's the client that we're trying to serve, or the realtor, or the builder.
It's not to take advantage. It's
understanding.
It's to
what do they want?
interpret what they need, right? And I think that's the most important thing because these people do put their trust in us.
Yeah.
And trust is a hard thing to earn, and it's easy to give away.
Well, and I think that staying on that mindset, like if you're a bartender and you're across the bar from, Joe and Bob and Johnny and whomever it is, Joe might be a physician, Bob might be an attorney, and Johnny might be an engineer, an electrician, whatever it might be, right? And each of their personalities is going to fall in, or at least what I
sounds like a Billy Joel song.
It really, we should write this down.
We could call it piano, a mortgage man.
I bet y'all probably played a few Billy Joel songs at the bars over the years. But I think that I can see how that can set the foundation, or did set the foundation for you. For me, it helped set the foundation for me from hustling, from being a waiter, right? Work ethic.
Well, I'm sure your baseball career probably did that for you too.
Baseball helped too. I think sports really helps a lot of people, in so many ways, from however you are dedicated to your craft. And speaking of that, you're a pretty athletic guy. You're a bigger guy. What sports did you play as a younger man that you really, really bought into that helped you become more dedicated to your craft?
Probably Madden.
Madden sports?
Oh, no, real sports.
I'm not talking about last week. Yeah.
I played baseball and football when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Played football in high school and junior high. Played baseball up until probably 8th grade.
Right? Okay.
I did like baseball. I was absolutely horrible at it.
Okay. But you enjoyed it?
That's okay. I enjoyed it, but I was always out in left field. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
left field pays like $30 million a year now, so that's okay.
Or right field like Judge, right?
Right field, right?
I love sports. I'm a little bit competitive.
Okay. Well, and I know that.
You know that.
Yeah. And I know that. And I think that you in a lot of ways you have to be, whether it is when you're flipping bottles, your competitiveness might be with another bartender, might be with that person across the table from you. I'm going to compete to get the best tip out of you, but I'm also going to get to know you. I'm sure that you probably had a lot of customers when you were at Pearl that were your regulars, right? They're like, hey, I want to sit here with John.
Let me give you an example, and I'm going to go a little bit further back in my life. And so I worked at the Olive Garden as a waiter.
Yeah, breadsticks.
Breadsticks and unlimited salad and pasta fazool, right?
Yeah,
actually, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And at the Olive Garden, they would have contests every night. Who can sell the most desserts for whatever? Who can sell the most cheesecakes for whatever? Who can sing the most happy birthday on this special day? Yes, I did work there. For all here to say, hey, happy birthday.
We did that at Bennigan's too.
Yeah, probably the same cadence too. So I had there was a contest every night I would work, and there would be a contest. I'm like, I'm going to win.
Yeah,
it may be like a $5 gift certificate or whatever, right?
Could have been anything.
Could have been anything, and every night I would sell the most cheesecakes. I would sell the most most fried cheese or escargot or stuffed mushrooms or whatever it was at the Olive Garden. Those are all menu items, by the way. I still remember for some unknown reason.
You wake up in the middle of the night,
with a waiter dream, maybe in the weeds. But I was in the waiter station, and this guy, and he was, I was probably 19, and this guy was old. He was probably 26. But, to a 19-year-old, 26-year-old guy is old, right? And he goes, John, he goes, why do you, this is the stupidest why are you trying so hard? And I turned around and looked at him, and I said, if I can't beat you at selling cheesecake, nobody's ever going to give me another chance outside of this restaurant.
Okay.
So I will beat you tonight.
And you were in your early 20s at that?
I was
was that
19,
before?
19
okay,
or 20
so that was
years
before
old.
bartending. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, if I can't beat you, Mr. Whoever you are, because you're complaining about selling extra cheesecakes, it's not about what I'm going to win. It's about
winning.
You.
Yeah.
And
where do you think that came from? Like,
I think it came from my dad and both my grandfathers.
So they were instrumental in your life.
They were all very, very competitive people
and strong individuals.
My grandfather, that was the judge, was actually the Texas State amateur champion 2 years in a row in the 50s.
Golf. Okay.
Yeah,
very good.
Very competitive.
Wow. Okay.
He was the B-52 pilot. District attorney, then district judge.
Yeah.
Very competitive.
So you come from a family of strong men.
Very strong men and very competitive men. And I think that's where I probably learned it from. It's just something innate inside me that I don't care what the stakes are. Like we play golf together.
Yeah.
If I'm not playing for anything, for no money, I'm kind of lackadaisical about it, and just kind of hang out and I'll swing the club. You want to play for $1 a hole, or $5 a hole, or $10 a hole? My game turns, right? Because I focus and I'm like, all right, it's competition.
You go into clutch mode.
Now it's competition. I've always been that way, and I think it's helped me. And by the way, that's why I was able to bartend later on, right? I was given management positions, and I was offered more money in better restaurants. And when I was a kid, because I had that drive, and I had this, this drive to not be better than somebody, but at that particular job, if it's sweeping up the floor, I'm going to be the best sweeper up of the floor guy there is here, or else I'm going to always be sweeping up floors.
Yeah.